Captain Voss of the Galactic Confederation slammed his three-fingered hand onto the control panel. The blue scales along his neck flared in outrage as he stared at the young lieutenant before him. "You did what?" he demanded, his voice echoing through the command chamber of the research vessel Celestial Inquiry. Lieutenant Mira shifted uncomfortably, her antenna drooping slightly. "We acquired juvenile human specimens for study, Captain. The directives clearly state—" "The directives. State observation only," Voss roared, his tail whipping behind him. "Not abduction, especially not of their young." The research vessel hung in orbit around Earth, cloaked from human detection systems. Their mission had been simple: observe and document this newly discovered species that had somehow managed to progress from primitive tool users to space exploration in an evolutionary blink of an eye. "But sir, the scientific value— Do you have any idea what you've done?" Voss cut her off, mandibles clicking in agitation. "Humans are classified as Category 7. The room fell silent. Even the other crew members who had been pretending not to listen stopped their work. Category 7 was the highest danger classification in the known galaxy, reserved for species with unpredictable behavioral patterns and disproportionate retaliatory responses. "But they're so fragile," Lieutenant Mira protested weakly. "Their bodies break easily, their lifespans are incredibly short, their technology is primitive compared to ours." Captain Voss activated the holographic display. "Computer, show footage from the Proxima incident." The air shimmered, and a three-dimensional image appeared: a small human mining colony on Proxima Centauri B, attacked by the now extinct Draxian Empire. The footage showed the aftermath, not of the human defeat, but of their response. A fleet of hastily weaponized cargo ships, civilian vessels, and outdated fighters swarming the Draxian armada. The humans had lost thousands, but the Draxians had lost everything. "That was their response to an attack on 86 miners," Voss said quietly. "You've taken their children." Lieutenant Mira's exoskeleton paled. "How many?" "3, Voss whispered. "3 human children from what they call a school, and it's been 19 hours since the abduction." The ship's alarm suddenly blared to life. "Captain," called the sensor officer, a jellyfish-like Medusian floating at her station. "Multiple objects approaching at high velocity." "Missiles?" Voss asked, already moving toward his command chair. "No, sir, they appear to be humans, in suits, propelling themselves with handheld thrusters." The view screen activated, showing a dozen humans in makeshift spacesuits, armed with what appeared to be mining tools and construction equipment, rocketing through the void directly toward the ship. "That's impossible," Mira gasped. "We're in high orbit. How did they even get here?" "They launched themselves from a space station," the sensor officer reported, incredulity in her voice. "They're communicating with primitive radio signals." "Put it through," Voss ordered. A gruff human voice filled the command chamber. "This is Commander Ellis of Earth Space Command. We know you have our children. Return them unharmed, or we will tear your ship apart with our bare hands." Voss felt a chill run through his body. "Open a channel. Commander Ellis, we apologize for this violation of your sovereignty. There has been a terrible mistake. We are preparing to return the juveniles immediately." "Too late for talking," came the reply. "You had your chance." The sensor officer's voice trembled. "Captain, they're breaching the hull, with handheld plasma cutters meant for asteroid mining." Lieutenant Mira looked horrified. "That's not possible. Our hull is composed of quantum-locked tritanium." "Sir," another officer called out. "Earth communications are lighting up. Military vessels are launching worldwide. They've somehow detected us despite our cloaking technology." On the view screen, a human in a spacesuit had pried open an access port and was crawling inside, a determined expression visible through their faceplate. "All hands, this is the captain," Voss announced shipwide. "Proceed immediately to the medical bay. Prepare the human juveniles for immediate return. No tests, no samples, no delays." He turned to his first officer. "Deactivate all security measures. Do not impede the humans in any way." But Captain, protocol dictates. Protocol be damned. If those children are harmed, there won't be a ship left to have protocols. 20 minutes later, Voss stood in the main hangar as the 3 human children were gently guided toward the approaching Earth rescue craft. The children seemed surprisingly calm, even curious about their surroundings. One of them, a small male, with curly hair, was excitedly pointing at various alien technologies. Commander Ellis stood facing Voss, her helmet removed, revealing a face etched with equal parts fury and relief. "You understand this means war," she said quietly. Voss bowed his head. "I offer myself as the responsible party. This action was taken without authorization from our government. The Confederation desires only peaceful contact with humanity." Ellis studied him for a long moment. "One question. Did you hurt them?" "No. They were only observed." "Then take your ship and go. Never return to this system. Tell your people what happened here. Tell them what we were willing to do for our children." As the humans departed and the ship prepared for emergency departure, Lieutenant Mira approached the captain. "I don't understand," she said. "Why would they risk everything, their lives, even potential interstellar war, for just 3 offspring? Most species produce hundreds." Voss watched the Earth growing smaller on the view screen as they accelerated to faster-than-light speed. "That," he said quietly, "is precisely why they're Category 7.